Good morning. I'm Patty Ann. Welcome to my basement studio. Today we're going to work on block number 4. It's the road to Oklahoma, and what we're going to do is we're going to be cutting out the pieces that we need for the block. So meet me down here at the cutting table. But before you do, I don't know if you noticed the cup that I'm using. I'm in no way affiliated with Dunkin' Donuts, but it's my favorite donut place, and last night we got to go there. My family all likes the other joint, but I grew up on chocolate cream-filled donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. So I think I'll have one right now and then I'll meet you at the table. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the fabrics that I'm going to use in my Road to Oklahoma block. I'm going to use this blue fabric. It's called Flights of Fancy for Paintbrush Studios. And what I really like about it is, well, actually two things. I really like the feel of it, and then I love the little bit of metallic look in it. I just think that's really pretty. So I'm going to use this blue one, and look how nice that. I'm not going to use the green, but I really like that too. At first I had planned on using it, but it didn't fit in with the block. I am going to use this green, and then this blue will be my border. And of course, white. So if you can't find the fabric, specifically like this blue one here, and you want to use the same fabric in your blocks, I'll have a link below for the pre-cut shop. I think that's what it's called. Krista's pre-cut shop. But anyway, the link will be down below. So let's get started with the cutting. In the last video, we went over the electric quilt instructions for making the Road to Oklahoma block. And recall that I said that you can either take a screenshot of it and print it, or send me your email address and I will send you a PDF of it. Anyway, if you look at the directions again, it gives you the cutting directions for both the big squares or the solid squares. Notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4 green ones, 1, 2, 3, 4 white ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4 blue ones. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut 4 blue, 4 green, and 4 white squares, and each one of those is going to measure 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. After you cut that, you're going to cut the next letter B, which are going to be the half square triangles. And it says that you're going to need to cut basically 2 blue squares and 2 green squares. And each one of those squares is going to measure 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. So let's get started. I'll begin with the blue fabric. And I'm going to cut a strip that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, I'm ready to measure 2 3/4 of an inch. So I've put some masking tape on here at almost 2 3/4. Here's 1, 2, and 3/4 is the line right before my pink masking tape. So that'll help me to quickly line up and not get confused for my cutting. So take my ruler, move this over just a little bit because my tripod legs are in the way. Okay, so I've already squared up this fabric, so I have a nice straight edge. I'm going to put my ruler down quickly, and then I can just know automatically I'm going to put it over here close, and it's going to be the line right before my pink masking tape, which is the 2 3/4 mark. So it's easy to see that, and then I'm going to lean forward and make sure it's all the way down there, exactly where it should be, and get my cutter and cut. There's the blue. I really need to change my blade. This was like this last time. It's okay. And I'm going to cut off the salvage. And I'm supposed to cut 4 squares that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So again, I can use that pink tape to automatically just know exactly how far to put this ruler. I'll line up this line and that. There's 1. now continue on with the green and the white. Okay, those are all done, and now I'm ready to start cutting the next bit, which will be the 2 blue and 2 green at 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. So I'll do that, and then I'll meet you back here when I'm done. Okay, I really do think I should change my blade. So I'm just twirling that, put it there. This goes curvy part up first. Take this off, and this. Then I carefully remove the blade. And before I do anything else with the blade, I've already got some tape here, and I'm going to tape all around its edges so that I can't get cut on it. So I just put tape all around the edges so that it's secured and I can't get cut by it. Okay, so I have the new blade, and I'm going to put it carefully, very carefully, down on that. Then the next thing that I do is I put this black piece on here, and then the next thing is this, and then this one goes curvy piece up, and then I screw the last screw on like that. I make sure that it's tight enough and try and see if it's going to roll okay. Perfect. Okay, all of the pieces are cut. I have 4 of each of these. They're cut 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and I have 2 of the green and 2 of the blue that are cut 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and these are the ones that will become the half square triangles in our block. So it's time to go sew.